Hi, this is Zubin Vavana from A to Z Graphology and welcome to today's video. In this one, I'm going to talk about the capital letter T. The capital letter T is slightly similar to the small letter t, but of course, when it comes to the large size letters, capital letter T has got a very special trait which we rather avoid in the small letter t. Let us observe what it is. In the small letter t, we do not recommend the crossbar to be at the tip. The reason why is that it's not easy to give you 100% every time. It sounds fancy, it feels good to tell somebody that I give my 100%. But really, is it possible to give 100% all the time, every day, for every activity? You're not a robot, you're a human being. And if you have that desire for perfection, it's not going to be easy. And in a process of that thought pattern, you may damage your body. But in the case of a capital letter, which comes once in a while, and especially when you're initiating something, there is a fire, there's an enthusiasm, there's a starting energy that pushes you to do your best. The first time you meet somebody, the first time you go to your new office, the first time you bought your new cell phone, you want to experience that or give it your best. You want that experience to be the top notch, the highest possible, as much as you can. What is it that we want to give our best? We want to give our thoughts the most optimum, the most highest possibility at the initiating part of what we plan to do. So, this capital letter T has a crossbar, a horizontal line that is put at the highest point on the line, indicating that we want to give it our best, at least at a mental level, in this structure. Let's say you're starting off an investment, or you're planning a birthday party, or you're just about to start giving your examination. How we normally feel the most optimistic, come on, let's do it our best. Let's think the most positive. Even if you've not studied in the normal time for the exam and you've not really prepared well, or you've prepared well, both the times you're going to feel okay, let's do it, let's give it a shot. If the person has a crossbar on the highest possible form in the capital letter T, this shows that he is attempting to give it his best. He wants to give it his best. Now remember, because we have drawn this line first, okay, this is line number 1. Now there's a problem because I need to gauge where to start the next horizontal line so that I hit exactly at the tip. It's like trying to throw a dart or an arrow at something at the edge, which is not easy. In our practice of writing daily, our hands can manage it. It's not a very big area. It's barely 1 square centimeter of area, and the hand can manage it. The problem is that sometimes we do not manage it very well, and then there could be a gap which comes up. There's a gap, or there could be a crossover. So that means that if there's a gap, my optimum thinking, my best form of thought pattern is not matching or is not understood or not having a reality with what I am capable of. Let's take for example, if I have an income which allows me to buy a standard car for my home and for my family, and if I go and buy a standard normal car, then the initiating thought pattern will touch the line properly. But if I'm having an ordinary income and I can only afford a standard car, but I'm having a dream or I'm trying to initiate the buying process of a luxury car which is 5 times, 10 times more than what I can afford, then this goal or this mind set, the thought pattern is not touching the reality of what I am. So if you see in a person's handwriting where the capital letter T is not touching the spot correctly, we need to tell this person to reassess their goals and recheck whether what they've initiated is something that they're truly capable of, or is it just daydreaming. Remember, we want to promote optimum thought patterns in the initial part of any activity. We want the person to give it his best, but his best should have a reality check. If the crossbar does not touch the vertical line, this person's goal and initiating process really needs to get a reality check. On the other hand, if the person has a crossbar going through and through, where it goes and has a crossover, now this person's optimum thinking is questioning the person's ability. Let's take for example, I have a desire to buy a $1 million car, alright? But my income is way much more than that. Suddenly, a $1 million car is not the most optimum thing I can do with my capacity. Maybe I can go for something which is 5 million. Maybe I can go for 10 million. So the point is that when a person's capital letter T starts to look like a small letter t, he is undermining himself. He is not giving it his best. The initiating potential, the starting energy seems to have lost the momentum and the vigor that it needs to have. These people need to be given a reality check, not because they don't understand the goal, but they don't understand their capacity and their capability to get a better start. This normally happens when people are highly skilled and underpaid. I have seen this kind of a tea in samples where a person is brilliantly talented and and sell their talent in a much better way, but they do not. Every day when they wake up, they tend to have an ordinary way of approaching their life. They want to buy their mediocre things for themselves. They don't want to give it their best. They feel, what's the use? Nobody is going to buy my talent. So, these people, if you happen to meet them, a little boost and a little positivity can really make them realize their true potential. Now, let's have a bit more fun with capital letter T. And this is actually quite commonly found. In a greeting card, normally you see a capital letter T like this. Have you seen something like this? When you give an anniversary greeting card to the best couple, the best anniversary of my life, this birthday is going to be special for you. Wherever the capital letter T comes, and if this is the structure. Now let us calculate based on the chakra system what this letter T means. Is it bad or is it good? Is it required or is it just fancy? Let us understand. So from this point, I have had a slight extensor, means I have given, or I have a thought which means giving. Now remember, in the normal letter T structure, there is no aspect of extensor, there is no giving aspect. It's just a straight horizontal line and a vertical line going downwards. Maybe some people do this vertical line upwards, but I have never seen that till now. Normally the line is pulled downwards. If this person is going upwards, he is having a thought pattern of giving. Giving what? He wants to give some thought, right? This thought is going to the future. So this future aspect and this future aspect is same. It may be a bit curved, so he's just having fun with the thought. He's not being really focused and straightforward. Now things change when the angle starts to appear. There's no angle in the original simple form, but there's an angle here, or sometimes it could be a loop. But in this case, we'll consider the angle, means he's being analytical or critical about a future thought pattern. Then he takes with regards to the past, the left and the downwards, and gently he goes to the instinctive gut feeling with a curve. This person, the nature of his goal setting in the initial part of his thought pattern as he's starting something is thinking analytically about the future and instinctively considering what his experiences were with instincts and gut feelings. So let's say, for example, if you give a greeting card to a person with this capital letter T, what is it showing? That I have given my best, but it feels very cold because my best was only a thought. Okay, it's his birthday, I'll give this card, it's the best, it's got all the nice wordings, and I'm giving it to him directly. So this letter T looks like a mechanical thought pattern in terms of this example. But in this process, what's happening? There's smooth curve, there's a future angle, there's more added to the aspect of goal setting. Now, this person did not just buy the greeting card just because it's your birthday. He had a thought about the future. He may have analytically understood that if I give a card like this, my friend may be happy. Past, the last time my friend was having a good time based on the card which I had given to him. He thought it was very thoughtful. He was wondering, how did I know which card to select for him or her? So you got a point that this seems to be a story around the goal setting rather than this being just a straightforward goal setting thought pattern. Sometimes when you just want to have fun and you don't want to have things too serious, the nature of a goal setting makes things serious. Even the simple decision of buying a birthday cake for your friend could become such a serious situation that ultimately the fun is lost. If you want to have fun and you want to have it in a sort of an enthusiastic, a more chilled out manner, then a few curves, a few angles, a few formations which don't go really straightforward. These formations can really help to make the aspect of goal setting or any serious point of view look a bit more fun. Alright? Can you share with me capital letter T formations that you have seen? Have you observed people how they write capital letter T? There may be a million more ways to write a capital letter T which I have not described. But of course, if we calculate things, we can come to know the conclusion and the analysis of what we are able to understand about a person. Thank you for watching this video. Capital letter T is amazing if you want to start off with good goals and high aspirations. See you in the next video.